Genetic diversity is a critical factor in the breeding of chameleons, impacting not only the health and vitality of the individuals but also the long-term sustainability of populations, whether in captivity or the wild. When breeding chameleons, a focus on maintaining or enhancing genetic diversity can help prevent a range of genetic disorders and contribute to the overall resilience of the species. Inbreeding, a common issue in captive breeding programs where a limited gene pool is often used for reproduction, can lead to inbreeding depression. This genetic phenomenon occurs when close relatives breed, increasing the probability of offspring inheriting deleterious recessive traits. These traits can lead to reduced survival rates, lower fertility, increased susceptibility to diseases, and decreased growth rates, among other health issues. For chameleons, this can manifest in more pronounced ways given their already specific care needs in captivity. The risks associated with low genetic diversity are particularly significant in chameleon populations because these reptiles are naturally adapted to specific and often isolated environments. Each species, and sometimes subspecies, of chameleon has evolved unique characteristics suited to their particular habitat. With habitat loss and fragmentation in their native ranges, maintaining genetic diversity in captive populations becomes even more crucial as a buffer against extinction. Promoting genetic diversity involves several practices, starting with proper record keeping. Breeders must maintain detailed records of lineage and genetic traits to manage breeding decisions effectively. This allows breeders to avoid pairing closely related individuals and to choose pairings that can enhance genetic variability. Genetic testing, while more commonly used in other animal breeding programs, is becoming increasingly feasible in the reptile breeding community as well and can provide a definitive tool for assessing genetic health and diversity. Another strategy is participating in collaborative breeding programs. Breeders can work together through networks and consortia to exchange breeding stock, thus widening the genetic pool. These programs are often facilitated by zoos and conservation organizations, which can also provide a scientific basis for breeding decisions through population genetic studies. The role of genetic diversity goes beyond simply avoiding negative health outcomes, it also enhances the adaptive potential of the population. A genetically diverse population is better equipped to cope with changes in the environment, including shifts in climate conditions, disease pressures, and variations in food availability. For chameleons, this is particularly important as they can be highly sensitive to changes in their environment given their specific humidity and temperature requirements. Conservation efforts benefit from a focus on genetic diversity as well. With many chameleon species facing threats from habitat destruction and the illegal pet trade, captive populations can sometimes serve as genetic reservoirs that might one day be essential for reintroduction programs. Ensuring these populations are genetically diverse and representative of their wild counterparts enhances the chances of successful reintroduction and the long-term survival of the species in the wild. Moreover, genetic diversity also contributes to the phenotypic diversity within a species, which can be a critical factor for the pet trade. This includes variations in color, pattern, and size, which are often highly valued by hobbyists and pet owners. While aesthetic qualities should not be the sole focus of breeding programs, they do play a role in maintaining interest and investment in the captive care and conservation of these species. In conclusion, the importance of genetic diversity in chameleon breeding cannot be overstated. It is fundamental to the health, adaptability, and conservation of these remarkable reptiles. By implementing careful breeding practices, maintaining thorough records, participating in collaborative programs, and utilizing available genetic technologies, breeders can make significant contributions to the vitality and sustainability of chameleon populations in captivity and the wild. Such efforts ensure that future generations may continue to enjoy and learn from these fascinating creatures.